Oh, sorry guys, I was muted. Sorry. How's that sound? Is that okay? Where's their big jump? That's weird. A little bit low. Hold on, let me bump it up. Okay, I think we're good. Added the countdown timer. Hope that kind of helps get people, well, they don't have to sit in the dark and wait till when I go live, right? Oh my god, I'm sorry that I'm starting so late, but I felt really sick last night and this morning. Had a really tough time sleeping. I didn't know if I would be able to make it in today, but I drugged myself up, went back to sleep for a little while longer, and I feel okay-ish. Just might have to pop some throat lozenges, and well, I should take some cough pills right now, actually. Don't be coughing on stream all the time, right? We'll make it through. Hey, Katzper, you're ill too? What are you ill with? Because I feel like I have a bad cold and a sore throat. I don't know what it is. Nothing major, but it's kind of annoying. Did I make a stream scene that's just me? I should probably do that. Hold on. Add scene. Just cam. Okay, microphone added. Hold on, let me add the rest. Hold on. Video capture device, cam. Here we go. Oh, it's cap. Okay, hold on. Lower frame rate. Wait, am I capturing my webcam at lower frame? Why am I doing that? Or it looks like it was lower frame rate. I don't know if it was lower frame rate for you guys. You guys can tell me. Because maybe it's just the remote desktop software I'm using that's cutting it back. Hold on, let me try to add it. I'll add the webcam. Okay. Webcam. Let's call it. I'm streaming at 30 FPS. Doesn't need to capture at 60 FPS, but I'll just do it anyway. Webcam. Okay, match output FPS. That's good. That looks fine. Make sure the webcam microphone is off because it has one for some reason. Why is that not the right resolution? Custom 1920 1080. Okay, I think it's just giving me the preview at a lower frame rate, but you guys can tell me if it's actually like streaming at 30 FPS. Sorry, it's not 60, but I want the dev streams to, like, you know, have good resolution, but they don't need to have high FPS, so. Oh, you can't hear desktop audio though, hold on. Add. I add the Elgato capture. Okay, we then have the music back, but I want to. Wait, hold on, let me delete that. We'll add a new video capture device. Elgato, just sound. We'll see if we can just pull the sound out of it. I mean, if I just do custom resolution and I do 0 by 0, there's no sound. There's no sound. Okay, hold on. Maybe I'll just try to do an audio. Like, can I just do an audio input or an audio capture device? It's not a big deal, but I mean, I can always screw around with this later too. Wait, hold on. Maybe it works. Okay, I think that works. Got to audio. Okay, perfect. So now we can have. Okay, it's all good. I still need to get like a stream deck that I can just have on the side here, and I can just switch scenes pretty easily. Because right now I have to remote into my computer to switch scenes, and then it's like that's just wasting CPU power that I would like to reserve for the streaming. Especially if I add more overlays and stuff, that's going to be costing me CPU power, so it is what it is. So we're both sick. Well, today I have some fun stuff planned. Just something simple. I think it's something you made before, and I think you told me how to make it, but I forgot. I do that. And I want to try to make it from scratch myself, because I think it's just good knowledge to know, and that's to create a universal interaction system, right? So my theory, and this may be how you solved it, Katzber, is to use blueprint interfaces and an actor component. So essentially just you add the interactable actor component to any actor that you want, and the blueprint interface will just fire a message at the thing when you press the interact button, and if it finds something, probably through like a line trace or a sphere trace, it will take the first thing that it finds and send the interaction message to it. So, I mean, that's to me how I think it should work. And we're just gonna try it, and just to try to make something that feels good, just so I can learn it. And yeah, I think it's just a good little education bit, something that, you know, every game uses interaction. So we're gonna try that out. One more step that is remote interaction. Is that like the oh, hold on, I need to add to the scene the chat. Browser source. I think this one is the one. Perfect. Actually, I wanted to see too if the overlay chat, the big one, works, because I don't think it was working when I tried it. Let me add that too. Delete it if it doesn't. Okay, it does. It kind of looks shit. Just like really dark. I think it works better because I usually have it on my starting soon and BRB screens, but here I prefer the one on the right. That yeah. Okay. Keep that one. Add a button that opens door. Oh yeah. And you just do a scene picker that you showed me to grab that. And I assume that just let me guess what it does. So you have the actor reference. Is there a way? I guess you just check it. Does actor implement interface, right? And if true, then you send the message to it. I don't think you'd have to do anything more complex than that. Code you can make picker only for implement interface. Oh, so when you're picking something, it will only pick something that has that interface. Yeah, I don't think you could do that in blueprints at all. But I mean, in blueprints I can make the check for it, but not at that at the engine level probably. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if you can, without any coding, add that like picker tool. I have to look that up. UE5 object, like actor eyedropper picker. I don't know. It would be via Slate, right? It's still using code though. Yeah, I don't think you can do it without the code aspect. Yeah, it is a nice feature though. And I think quite fundamental. Why does switching scenes not bring my cam over? Is there a way to... Oh, you're playing something? What are you playing? As I fix my webcam shit. Does it do that? Oh, you're actually playing League of Legends. You're playing League? You play that without getting so angry. I get too angry at that game. Why does my webcam like stay on this scene? I wanna... I have to like... Okay, I'll have to fix that later. Oh, maybe it's because I have the... Hold on. If I remove this... No, that didn't fix it. It didn't... Damn it. Okay, what if I do this? And then switch. I hate you. I hate you right now, OBS. Don't do this to me. Where's the location of this? Why can't I find it? Maybe that's the problem. It's like the location of it. Reset transformation. Well, that doesn't help because now I can't see it at all. No, it got deleted entirely. Okay. Okay, maybe that was the reason. Let's fix this. Camera. I just don't think it likes having another webcam source at all. Hates it. Webcam. Custom. Let's just match output FPS. Okay, back down there, and then we will make smaller-ish. It's pretty good. Then we can cut off the sides a bit. Good enough. Okay, I actually want to do something today, so let's actually do something instead of screwing around with OBS. I talked about it a couple days ago, but I can't play. Training myself by playing. Training yourself to do what? Manage anger? I have more of these bots. Really weird. You guys can't see it, but if you go to the user to the user list, you can see that there are like these. I'll show you. You can see that like some of these are bots. Obviously not Bartek, but some of these others are just like, I don't know why they're here. They don't do anything. They don't even like they don't try to sell me anything. They're just like just here. It's so weird. I mean, I kind of like it because it gives me a sense of more people watching me than they actually are, but it's still really weird. I just have to make sure that I'm actually banning bots and not real people. It wouldn't be good. Okay, I think that person's real. That person. Good enough for now, whatever. I don't give a shit. Okay, let's launch Unreal. Let's get in there. Let's just do it. Easy game. And I have moved my derived data cache out of my C drive. So annoying. Last night I was playing some, I played some Baldur's Gate 3. I was doing a Shadowheart playthrough. Pretty fun. Game is good. Not a 10 out of 10, but it is good. It's very good. Money well spent. Yeah, I guess we can put projects there, whatever. Interactable. Bro. I don't care. Blueprint, desktop, scalable. I don't really need any of that. And we'll just do the first person template. Easiest one to work with. Am I gonna have to do like, are there any like editor sounds that are really annoying? Apart from the firing of the gun, that is probably still absurdly loud. I always hate that. I always have to disable that. What's the easiest way? It's still something that just binds. They put it. Oh, that's right. That's right. You have to pick it up now. I forgot. I forgot. We can really just delete it from the scene then. I always forget that they did that. Maybe it should be good. Yeah, we're cool. Okay. Good stuff. To content. Interactable. I'm not gonna do like too much organization of this. This is mostly just to see how I make it. I mean, ideally, Cuthbert, your plugin is probably, I think you made a plugin out of it, right? That's just what we would probably use for our game. But at least knowing how to make it will help me, will benefit me. API interactable. Yes, interact is just what we need to name it. It's good enough. New actor component. What do you prefix an actor component with? Is it just AC? Actor component? COMP? I don't know. Assassin's Creed. Interactable. Maybe make like a just something that changes material color. Beer. Make it red or something for now. Not red, it is pink. Color. Yeah, no worries. No worries, no worries. I saw that Lord of the Rings Return to Moria game came out yesterday, I think. Or is it today? How was that? What are the scores on that? Wait, is it out? Return to Moria review. Do I read IGN? Do I even bother? Six? I saw that they're like their CEO, it wasn't their CEO, it was like, I don't remember who, but it was somebody pretty high up in the company that made this. I don't know who made this. Was saying that they had the best third-person combat ever in the genre. I think they said the best third-person combat in the genre. Definitely X to doubt. I saw a little bit of gameplay. It looked all right. I mean, I need to see more. I need to actually like focus on what the game is. For Lord of the Rings fans only. Not a review. Not the greatest reviews, that's for sure. I don't even know what these places are, though. The combat didn't look the greatest. I'll be honest. But having that, return to Moria, greatest combat in the genre. I'm pretty fucking sure I heard something like that. John Paul Dumont. Who was he though? Game director. He says the combat is the best in the survival genre. I don't know if you guys can read that. You can't you can't make that. You could just, why can't you just say like we feel our combat is really really good, really tight. At least like you're setting expectations. Okay, well it's your your opinion, but saying that it's the best in the survival genre. Weird. And it is apparently not the best in the genre. But it does look like they have a lot of the base stuff there. They just need to iterate more. They need to polish it off. They need to, make some changes based on feedback. But I think if they do that, they actually could have a really solid game. From what I saw, the game does look solid. It looks pretty interesting. It just is kind of rough around the edges, especially from a systemic level, and some of the balance was a bit weird too. But I think they have the ingredients. Okay, let's put this out into the world. I'm gonna need the first person blueprint here. The controller, we just want character. Do I want to throw it in the input? Yeah, I could throw it in there. One thing I will say is that it did not take me long to learn the enhanced input system. And it's really nice. It's really nice. It's so much better than the old input system. It actually feels like I can just quickly and easily implement shit. I had to update an old content pack from, the old input system to the new one. That was not very fun because you have to like update all the blueprints and make sure it's all working. But the new input system is really nice, and I think it'll make it even easier to have a game quickly playable on both keyboard and other controllers. Interact. Now we already add the context, is I guess in default, right? Let's just add the interact there. Here will be a no, what am I doing? Do I have to sign out of Steam Friends? Sorry, new computer. Don't sign in, and notifications. Okay, those notifications are fine. Where are the key mappings? Kind of forget. I haven't done this in a while. They're in here, aren't they? Yes. Okay. Let's just do E. Always a solid interaction. And that should fire. Let's just throw it in here and see if it works. Interact. Triggered. Print. Oh, right. Oh. I only want that to fire once. I think I just need that unstarted, right? Not triggered. There we go. Felt better. Okay, now on interact, we want to... What would be the easiest way? Because I think it'd be cool to have like floating text. In front of the interactable. There's a couple of caveats with this though. Number one, I can do it the old way where if you're standing within the radius of an interactable, we would have to put this on each individual actor. We just put the text. That's like the old school way, but I think there's a more flexible way that I could do it where I could fire a trace. I mean, maybe this is like a really expensive and dumb way to do it. So if anybody knows better or knows this is not a good way to do it, let me know. But I think we could fire a sphere trace on tick from the player. It doesn't have to be long. We don't want it to be, going really far. And just on the first thing that it hits, it sends a message to display some text on the object. And that way I think it's safer because you'll only ever be able to interact with that first thing. And we can then store that object on like the player. The player class, for instance, like that's the one that is currently displaying text. So when you press E, when you interact, this is the one that you need to then interact with. And you won't you won't have an accident where you interact with two things at once, where you're interacting with something that isn't the one that's displaying the, press E to activate kind of text, that kind of thing. That's my theory, at least. I just don't know if doing a sphere trace like that, even though it's a short distance, 1 or 2 meters in game, doing that every tick might be too much. But then again, it's like, I don't think it would be. A lot of games have something where if you're looking at an object, it's something displays on screen, like some tooltip or something, and they do it at pretty great distances. So no, I think I'm worrying too much. Let's do it. Event tick. Tick scares me. I will say tick scares me. Sphere, multi-sphere trace. I think multi-sphere or just sphere trace by channel. Sphere trace for objects. Multi-sphere trace along the given line returns all hits encountered up to and including the first blocking hit. We just want sphere trace for objects. We just want the first thing. At least for now. Draw debug for duration. Start, okay, we need to get the forward vector. I'm not the greatest at getting forward vectors. I always forget the math behind it. You need to get it to look, find look at rotation, right? The start is the player, the actor location. Get to location. Get to actor location. Self. What's the target though in this case? Target. Wait, the start is the actor location. The end result will be the forward vector plus something. So we actually need to add. But the find a rotation from it at start location and to point at target location. Well, what would be the a target? Wherever the camera's pointing. We get where the camera's pointing. Clear trace by object. Wait, I can just get my forward vector? Wait, hold on. Can I just get actor forward vector? Can I actually do that? Oh, does that work? And then just do that. We don't need to find the look. No, because this would only be the actor. This would be just very static, right? But we could get actor forward vector from the camera. I don't know what the radius would be. I'll just put 5. I don't know if that's too big or too small. We just need to see the debug trace and then I can determine from there. Multiply by... Can I just like condense this down? Yeah, there we go. Multiply it by, I don't know, 150. See what that is. Why does it not like that? Oh, object type. Yeah, we just would want the world static. I guess it could be anything, right? What would be the trace channel? Maybe we want to do a trace by channel and not by object. Channel. What does the trace channel visibility in camera mean? What does that indicate? I don't know. I'm too dumb. Let's try this one. Let's try this though. By visibility. Right now I really just need the debug. Not this one. Ooh. Well, it is doing something. It's not where I'm looking though, that's for sure. It is at a specific location. It kind of looks like the origin maybe. Why is it doing that? It's doing that because I don't know what I'm doing. I think I need to add these. Okay. Now we're talking. Oh, that looks a bit crazy. Oh, it's coming from... Okay. I want to do not this location, but get... I get the... I want it coming from the camera. Not working? Hard to see. How do I detach myself? How do I do that? Eject. No, okay, that's working. That's working. Just the debug looks weird because it's right in front of me, like it's... Yeah. Yeah, that's working. You got it. One step forward. Radius is 0. We want it at 15. Okay, yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. It's definitely not long enough, but it is working as intended. I kind of want the radius bigger. Is there a cone trace? Because that would be preferable. I don't think there's a cone trace. I wish there was. Box trace. Capsule. Sphere trace is good enough. Ugh. We just need something with a radius. Oh, ow. Ow, ow, ow. I think I'm gonna make the radius 32. We just need it so that it's taking up a good portion of the screen. I mean, the maximum distance, which is like here, and I think that's too far. I think it should be maybe here. So about half as much. Let's try 200. Essentially, this is where you'll first start to see the interact message. This is your distance in which you'll be able to interact. And then within that sphere, I mean, the box might be better just because the sphere... No, we'll keep the sphere for now. It will work. The only worry is that it could have an issue where if the sphere is hitting something and it just returns the first blocking hit. Because the issue that I see is, let's pull up, where's this view, this window? Okay, here we go, here we go. The issue I see is like if the player is, you know, there's some interactable, like let's say just in this like this gap or something, and the player could or they're intended to interact with it through that gap. The trace is, it's not going to work because it's going to hit these assholes anyway if they're an actor. Because I think it only takes an actor's, right? First blocking hit. No, it's just the trace channel. And that's what I'm a little worried about. I think the multi-sphere trace is probably the smarter option. Maybe that's really dumb. That's my theory, but this seems like it's really computationally expensive. I mean, I could be wrong. It ain't printing anything, that's for sure. Kind of weird that it isn't printing. Oh. It was. But shouldn't it be doing it for each? Or is it because it's... Yeah, why isn't it? Is it just because that it can't iterate through the for each loop fast enough? Because it's on tick? It's just trying to do too much shit at once and it just keeps resetting that loop. I can test it. I can just put it... Shouldn't do this, but just put a delay, like half a second here. Only gonna fire that every half a second, but it... Okay, so I don't think that is the case.
Go change that beat up. Here we go.
The trace is getting stuck. We can add an object type, right? Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you for popping in, and thank you for following as well. Seriously, that means a lot. Um, Hope your appointment goes well. Can't wait to visit next. Hopefully, sometime next year. That would be ideal. We're gonna try to make it out for Christmas, but not gonna happen. But maybe next year we'll have some time. Or for summer. Summer would be nice. You don't have to pack as much. But yeah, thank you for dropping in. Thank you for following, and hopefully we can see you again in the future, and that'd be great. Yeah, good to see you too. And yeah, lots of things planned for summer if we can pull it off. I'd love to go to like the Renaissance Fair or something. Haven't been in ages, and would love to get some ale and some mushrooms, some sarsaparilla. Ooh. Pepsi ASMR there. Cuthbert, you gotta stop playing League of Legends. You gotta help me. I don't know which trace to use. No, don't push yourself. I think it's in project settings we can set up our own. Like, I want the trace to. By the way, did you win, or did you lose? I can only play League of Legends. If I ever play it, I can only play against bots, because I would just get so angry otherwise. We lost. Shit. Okay, we won't talk about it. But the trace is getting. I want the trace to ignore, and I can do that by collision channels. But wouldn't it? Is there any easier way to do this trace? You know, because I want to I don't want to interact just by line trace. Like, I can solve this just by doing a line trace, not a sphere trace. But the problem with a line trace is that I'd have to do one of two things. On the interactable, I have to make an interaction box for the line trace to hit. And maybe that's the easier option. I think it is the easier option. The other option is to set up a specific collision channel that the trace will only look for. It will only look for that collision channel, like the interactable collision channel, and it ignores everything else. And that way I can have a bit of a wider field of interaction through the sphere trace without having to put a box on each thing. That's true. The thing is, like, when I do multi-sphere trace by channel, I have to set up a specific custom trace channel, right? Can I do that somehow? Oh, new trace channel. I want to try it this way. I'm just curious. Interactable, and I think we just want. I think we want the default response to be ignore, right? Excuse me. To be ignore. Yeah, because otherwise you just have actors bumping into it and it blocking it. And this way, everything, no matter what, when we create a new actor object, new whatever, it ignores it. Doesn't matter. But then we can create like the. Okay, I have to hold on. In the interactable component, I don't think we can give the component. We would have to do. We'd have to create like a blueprint interactable. How do we do this? How do we do this? If we do it by by trace channel, by this channel, it, you know, because I want it so that when the editor, you know, when the developer adds the actor component, I just want it to work, right? It just needs to work. We set up what what logic needs to fire, but I don't want to have to set up the channel on every single new interactable. But then do we need an interface? I don't think we need to do interface at all. We can just check if the actor inherits or is the parent is, you know, like BP interactable, right? Box components. So rather than just an actor component with events, just a scene component, right? Because the scene component can actually have scene objects, and we can just throw the box collider in there. New component and box component. I think the actor component is readable, because I think I did that for one of my other projects. But it can't have you can't have any scene components, and we want the scene component. Well, let's see, scene component interactable. We can then give the scene component the interface. However, I think that we need to go over here and we need to not hit actor but hit component to test if it has interface. And then on the BP color sphere, we add scene component interactable. On the scene component, that scene component can have, where's the viewport? That not work. Shit, so how do we do that then if we hold on. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back to the chase, or to the trace. I agree with you, but I think we can also, because the multi-sphere trace essentially works as our collider. I don't think we need a separate collider on the interactable, but I want to make sure that it is ignoring the channels. Let me just check if I can look through this hole and it works. Not working. Still getting stuck. Oh, it's because it's set to ignore. That's right. Okay, wait. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Just have a box actor. You're right. We need a place to override it. Not a level. Get out of here. Force delete. Force delete. Okay, let me check that. Let me make a component. Where'd it be? It's not actor component, right? You don't mean an actor component. It's just an actual component. Because I want it to be like reusable, you know, I can just add it to child of scene. Am I in the right place? Like on blueprint box. Box. That's all UI stuff. Need a trigger box? Or do you mean within the actor itself, just a normal collider like that? This shouldn't be as hard as I'm making it. Yeah, I'm sure it exists somewhere. Typical Unreal cursive. You know it exists, you forgot how to find it. I mean, I can always make like an actor and just add the child actor. Yeah, but that'd be really hard to sync up the logic with it though. Yeah, I actually think that the line, like forget the sphere trace and just do line trace, but we would still need to have that box. I'm really curious what this trigger box is. I'm gonna make it to see what it looks like. Collision component? Sprite component. Oh, that's probably just for editor. Where's the collision? Over here. Anyway, I think that this might actually be something that would work. This trigger box. It's not a component. Like like you said, I prefer component as well, so that I can actually link up the logic within the same blueprint and not have to do a bunch of shit with that. Yeah, I'm wondering about that. It shouldn't be though. No, I think the easier option would just be that any actor that should have interactability should just inherit from a parent interactable class. You can also inherit from multiple classes too, right? You can do multiple inheriting. I could be wrong about that. No, that wouldn't make sense. You can only have one. You can only have one. There was something else I was thinking of that was dumb after I thought about it for a second. You can have multiple in C++, really. Okay, let's think about this. I mean, let's solve it in a way that I know I can do it without C++. Make an actor, BP, interactable. This is the parent. Very simple. You have your box collision. We're just gonna call this interactable collision. Oh, fucking no. Terrible name. We need ChatGPT integrated with Unreal so that I can just I can have it name my assets for me, so I don't have to sit there for like 5 minutes thinking of a terrible name for all my components and shit. Best blueprint way would be your way, parent actor, making a component that have reference to box. Yeah, I think so. But you're right. I think C++ would really just be the kicker here. Make the rest of it much easier. But we'll try it. We'll at least try this and see if it works, because this also isn't the worst thing in the world. It's very easy to reparent a class. You know, if we have like a really complex new thing that we, you know, that's a parent of something else, this doesn't have anything else attached to it except for this collision box. So I don't think it would have any negative impact if we needed to take some other complex hierarchy and just, you know, reparent it to the BP interactable. I don't think there would be any issue there, in my opinion. I can resize the collision box on children, right? Kind of forgot. Let me get rid of this delay. Okay, BP interactable. Let's add the interface. You can enable it. Editable when inherited. So I guess so. Okay, cool. And before we leave, let's set up the channels here. Interactable. With a trace, do we want it to overlap or block? I think we want it to block, right? Because we want it to just hit that first thing and be like, that's the one. That's the one that you're on. I don't think overlap would generate a hit event for a sphere trace. I could be wrong. It says including the blocking hits, so I think it has to block. And break, hit, actor. Okay, it is ignoring it, which is great. I don't think that's working because I didn't actually parent that to this. Let me figure out how to reparent. Parent class interactable. Perfect. Now it should work. Hey, now we're talking. Okay, perfect. Fantastic, fantastic. Probably the simplest way, right? Is just to do it this way. Like the only thing that's ever going to be on that is the box. Only downside is that you should be able to interact without seeing object. You shouldn't be able to interact, right, without seeing object. That's a good point. Yeah, we will be able to, but we don't want to be. Needs to be within vision. What do you mean with the better to do box and vision trace? I mean, I can certainly add a vision trace as well. Yeah. We ended up having the box over interact. Yes, exactly. Means we could still just go back to line. Exactly, we can go back to the cheaper line trace. You're right. Line trace by channel. We don't need the multi. Do we need the multi? Visual. Okay, so that's what that visual channel means. I figured that we don't need to do a... I don't think we need to do a multi-trace. I don't think we would need to in this case. I'm trying to think of usages, but I don't think we have any usages for using the multi. Visibility trace. And then we just need to break hit, delete these, and we're good. You are right. We can just delete that channel, right? That interactable channel. Do we still need it? Okay, we can delete it. And we need visibility to be block, if I'm not mistaken. Technically, it can ignore everything else, right? Ignore all. Where's ignore all? Maybe there's no preset for it. Oh, there we go. Like that, I think. Okay, that's good. Give it a shot. Oh, I need my debug. Like my debug. Okay. Yeah. That's much more preferable. Where is that box? Can I see it? Oh yeah, I see it. Okay. Yeah, it's probably just too small. Okay. I don't care if it's bigger, I just want to kind of like see it, right? And get a good visual of it. Now the nice thing about having that as an as an actor too is that I could put some logic in here if you want, like, hey, maybe do you want a sphere instead of a box? Do you want I don't know, any other logic that we want to put here? But I think the key to making this really good and solid is just to put as minimal logic and components here as possible, because then it has maximum compatibility with every actor that we add. This is literally just a box with a trace response. Anything else would just, I think, it wouldn't be needed. Go against good judgment. Okay, beautiful. What kind of event are you thinking? I mean, I would like to have something where, like, I don't know, some text pop up or some shit. Which I guess we could put on the BP interactable and then just do a, a boolean to enable or disable it. That could be fun. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we do need some logic actually for that. I was just gonna make like the sphere change color just so I could test, if that interaction worked, which it should, but. Parent proto. Change it from like red to green. It's kind of weird that I can't. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Well, should we put the event interact on the interactable blueprint? Because it would of course appear here anyway, but then we can set like universal things to happen first if we need it to. Like maybe there's some like I don't know. I think that would just be wiser, because then we can, if we want, we can have universal interactable shit firing no matter what on the parent, and then on the children we can then run stuff after that parent plays. So I think putting that in this event graph would be smarter. Just like this, and then it should appear in our here, right? Like, I think, do we have to? What do you mean? Thank you, Mubat. At least I know my timer with Mubat is working. I didn't update it though. Technically, we didn't stream development yesterday. Let me update that. What day is it today? Tuesday? Wednesday. Oh shit. The right green? That's not the right green. I guess just updating the calendar. The same green color? No, that's darker. That way people, if they want to know like what we did and what VODs we have, it'd be cool actually to put links to the Twitch or to the YouTube VODs for the days on here. That could be pretty nice to track over time. I might do that. I swear that no, it should be fine. We implement the event. I can do it here just by putting like a test string. We know that the sphere trace works. We can get rid of the print here, and then we can actually tell it to run the interact. No, not on the trace. Not on the trace. We want we wanted to save this actor. Actor within interactable range. Maybe that's, no, it's not really relevant to do anymore now that we have the line trace. New function, not like highlight interaction, like this, you know, some code that we can run for when the player is within that range to let them know, you know, player feedback to let them know that they're within range, that they can do something, that, you know, the press E to interact. This should be something that is fired during this line trace. Player looking on. How do we disable that though? Like, because we can trigger it. How do we end the trigger? We can just check if the actor is null. So we can save the. We can still save the one that's within range. We can still save the actor that's within range. Then when it is not within range, you know, we can send that fire of, you know, player is out of range to that, and then clear those variables, right? I think that, yeah, I think that would be the best way. So like, interactable within range or something. Interactable outside range. Okay. When in range. Do I want to attach it to the tick? The tick is really bad. We can do it. We can do once and then just, you know, do a reset. And to that actor within range, we can we do it on tick. Yeah, but that could be a lot of code firing on tick. I think we only need to do it the moment, that first time the trace finds. I mean, I'm just, you know, spitballing here. I think we can just fire it once it's found, and then once that actor within range either changes or becomes null, we cancel it. Where my interface? What was it called? It was called interactable within range. New actor is equal to cached actor. Probably could. We probably should put it in a function, shouldn't we? I mean, my thought with the do once is that because I don't know which one would be better. I don't know which one would be. They both are functionally the same, but it's really down to which one is the safest, the one with the least amount of bugs. I'm actually, you know, the more I look at it, I think that we should put the do once before setting the actor within range. And my reason for that is that with the tick firing so fast, it's possible that I could be wrong. It's possible though that there could be a case where the actor within interactable range changes. I don't know. I'm getting too deep into it. I'm getting too deep. We're getting too deep. I think we just need to take a step back and rethink the logic of this we want here. Okay, on tick. Does it implement the interface? If true, cache it. Then do once. Tell it to fire whatever it wants within interactable range. Let's also then put the events here, just if we want any parent scripts running, which we don't necessarily. Not yet, at least. Why does event interact not show up here from the interface? Oh, because it just shows ones that haven't been implemented yet. Okay, I see. It's kind of weird. Nothing else on this left-hand side works that way, where it disappears if you have it. And I think interface events are the only thing that do that. I don't feel like it used to work that way. Because it's like if you have a big event graph and you want to find where a certain event is implemented, you should be able to see it on the left hand, double click and take it. It takes you to that. Oh, it is up here. Okay, I'm retarded. I'm so stupid. Oh fuck. We're dumb. Okay. Would it be wise to put the interact text here? Where's the front? Where's the front of the blueprint? See, that's what always bothered me about text render. At the front of the blueprint though? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. We could use a UI too and not text render. I kind of like. I don't know. It obviously it depends on the game. I have a tendency to put things in world space, especially because I feel like it really helps with immersion. But then again, that's not always the case. It's not like a rule of thumb. It really just depends on game. I mean, logically, like functionally, from the logic standpoint, they're both the same thing. It's just, where you're displaying that, so. But you're right. Kind of pretty. I can make debug, trace debug art. Reminds me of like the old Autodesk logos and shit. Okay, no distractions. Is that really the front of the blueprint though? Fuck the text, just fuck the text. Like I don't need the text. This is really just like a proof of system concept. It's not this needs to look good. So we can do anything. We can just change it to like yellow if you can interact with it, and then green once you interact with it. That's it. It's all okay. That's our goal. Within range. Hold on. We need to promote to variable material instance. We need to set a vector parameter. Wait, is it a dynamic material instance already? That's the thing I always forget. I can set the material instance here. It's not dynamic currently. I still need to set the dynamic material instance. Here we get the material instance. I kind of wish there was like some setting here to, some like material, like just Boolean, like make dynamic instance. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but having to always do this for an actor that's going to have a material instance is just kind of annoying. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Or I'm doing something wrong, and there's a better way to do it. I don't know. Color. Let's make it yellow. And then interact. Green. And we'll has been interacted with. We can set it back. I mean, really, we could use like just a. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, it's just this is just proof of concept. Just testing it. I've never made this, so we're just doing it. Okay. On first glance, I think that should work. It might not, so we'll see. Technically, I could do the Boolean check here too, but I won't do it. Whatever. Hold on. I know I fucked up somewhere. Let me just backtrack my thoughts here. Why would we fire that then? You know, it's like when you feel you know what you need to accomplish. You know how to accomplish it. But then halfway through doing that, something in your mind changes your own perception of what you needed to do. And then you implement it in the complete opposite way that you should have. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like right now. I want on. So we clearly want to fire it on tick. We don't need to do once. I'm just dumb. Just stupid. Why aren't you firing? Hit actor. What actor is it hitting? Do you think it's hitting this sphere and it's firing it to the sphere? Or it's firing it to the interactable, not the sphere? Could be the case. Oh, it's the same actor. It should just be the color sphere. Let's print it. Let's print the actor. I do this shit all the time. Yeah, I could also just put a breakpoint. No, it's getting the right thing. Default value of false. Hey, how's it going? Zaurish. If I pronounce that, just let me know. Is it the right parameter name? It is the right parameter name. It is the right parent. It could be that because it exists on the parent, it's not firing to the child. That is possible. No, it is definitely firing. Is that not working? You're doing good? That's good. Especially for a Wednesday. We are working on like a universal interaction system. So, you know, the original like OG method that I learned to interact with stuff in the game, in Unreal, I should say, is to, you know, you make like you make something you want to interact, like a button or a box. And then you make a collision box, a big one. And you detect when the player walks inside of it, and then you enable input on that that object, and then the player can do what they want, and then when they step out of that box, it disables input. The problem with that is that you need to do it for every single new interactable thing you make, and it can get really messed up if you are if you have two overlapping like interactable boxes. Then you have two things that enable input, and you can like enable two things at a time. It's really inflexible, and it's a lot of work. So ideally, we want to make a system that I can just quickly make any new actor, any new interactable, like a button or a trigger or lever, whatever, inherit from a single parent. In this case, you know, our interactable actor. And it should just kind of work out of the box. I can add the custom code, the scripting that I need for it to do what we want, and just any new thing that we add that's interactable, it will be very like quick to put in a new like button or box without it screwing anything else up. That's what we're doing. You know, kind of like these baseline, very obvious seeming systems that you can overlook. And you know, every game has interactables, right, of some sort. That's the whole point of a game, is that you're interacting with it. So being able to have a system like this that you could then just put into any future title and it works the same way, it's great. That's what we're doing. But it's not working, and I don't know why. It's firing the code. Maybe it is because it exists in the... Wait, was it firing this? No. Hold on. Let me just delete them there. Remove that. It's so weird. Let me put it here and see if it actually has a material instance saved. Yeah, it does. It has a material instance. The vector parameter value. Technically, that should be right. No white space at the end. No. We don't even set the value. Yeah, that probably would help, right? That would be the problem. Thank you. Now it should work. Okay, yes, okay, get out of here. Let me play. Okay, and it's not firing when outside of range. That's okay. We didn't set that up yet. We cache the actor. If this is null, if what do we want to check? Not is enabled. There's a what's the valid is valid. There we go. I mean, really, we should put a valid anyway. That should just be the smart thing to do. Hey, come here. Get out of here. Go down. If you're not valid, we need to clear the... Can we clear the... We just set a null actor reference? If we don't have an input, will that screw it up? I don't know, guys. It sounds dangerous. I don't like this. Git, we want to do it without range. And then clear the actor. I don't know if we can clear. I guess we can make a literal. Can we do a literal? No, we need to. Here, I don't. Oh, whatever. Let's try just setting it to nothing. Seeing if that works. Not firing. Oh, it's because we didn't hook it up. We hooked it up to the wrong one. Wrong branch. There we go. Get out of here. But it's gonna fire right away. We don't care. Just check if active with it. I just want like nothing if it's just not. I mean, it's working. I would hesitate to say that that is a good way to do it. But it is functional. Probably get rid of these debug traces, right? Let me pull up some more of these too. Let me duplicate just so I can have some out in the wild. Kind of put these in random places. Okay, now when the player is interacting with it, when we fire the interact script here, we need to, well, I actually want to check. I want to print I want to print on tick this display name. I want to make sure that it's actually like clearing it of value, right? Should be nothing. It is not clearing it. No, it is clearing it. It is clearing it. We're good. We're good. Okay. Okay. Working. Again, I would not call it proper, but it is working. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I could simplify the branches a bit better. Like, I could just turn this into a branch node, do the isValid Boolean check, and then do an AND here. You know, with it, but it achieves the same result. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm doing 50 branches instead of doing one. I'm doing 2 branches instead of 1, so. Is what it is. Okay, and then this should be pretty easy. We just get this, we do a message to interact through the blueprint interface. It should work. Should turn these green. Okay, press an E, nothing happening. It is not turning. I know it fires. I know it was firing. Hold on. Let me move this down. It is firing. Okay. Wait, which one is this in the scene? Oh, we'll just try it. Oh, we need to update the Boolean after we do that too with the interact. That's okay, it shouldn't prevent it from turning green, right? Unless, because this is firing on tick. Yeah, the reason why it's doing that is because we don't set the Boolean. We don't update it. And the tick is just overriding it immediately. Yes, that would be it. I mean, works. It's not the most climactic moment, but it is functioning. And, you know, theoretically we should just be able to create any new actor we want. That's not the way. Not the way. Any new actor we want, pull it from parented to interactable, do BP test. And it doesn't even matter if within or outside of range is implemented. If it's just something that the player, you know, can do, we can just and we're just gonna put up a box there so we know where it is in the scene, or a cube. Technically it should just works. You just put the parent in, you adjust the box where you want it to be, and then you just set up the code the way you want it to be. universal interaction system. I mean, I kind of thought it would be a bit more work than that, but I guess that is kind of the basics of it, right? I don't know if I would have done. No, I mean it functions. It functions. It functions. I'm very curious what the stat game. I don't think we have any problems occurring with performance. We would notice it pretty obviously if there was some like issues with tick going on when I'm within the range of something. So it seems like it's working just fine. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I don't know if you guys if you guys see anything that should be improved about it or that you would have done differently or that is a problem. I mean, generally we solved it just by making a parent, applying a blueprint interface, and setting up some very simple logic in the player character blueprint. I mean, realistically, I would put like just a Boolean check here. Just should it tick or should interaction be enabled? And if so, then you can do this stuff. If not, ignore it. There's probably other things you would want to put on tick for characters, generally speaking. But it's pretty low. Like low budget script work. It's just kind of simple and it works. Yeah. This will be fun to put up on YouTube or something. We don't have anything in the parent in terms of logic, so it's very very flexible. You can just add it to anything. You can reparent any of your complex classes that need to be reparented to be an interactable. You can reparent and then resize and transform the collision box as needed. So good shit. Okay, I don't know what to do now. I can't stream for too long because I have I gotta call my dad in like an hour. I think. Oh god, what did he mention? It was like from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Yes. So I'll have to call him in like an hour, which means I will need like I can only stream for like another 25 minutes. I don't know if we have anything else we want to do here. But if not, I think this was quite successful. I'm glad that I did this, and instead of the old method of each actor having its own logic and then just copying and pasting it was not the smartest way to do things, but now I know. Now I know. And hopefully, I don't know if you guys learned anything or if you're smarter than me. Probably the case. I'm just a dumb designer. I do spreadsheets. No, I like my programming part of this, blueprints. Pretty fun. Makes me a better asset on a team. It's not really anything quick we can play in 20 minutes. But we'll be using that interaction system going forward in our game and in the next prototypes with Cauldron Chronicles. We'll just make that the basis for all interaction. That should be some good stuff. Yeah, I don't think I have anything quick I can play or watch. I don't know if there's any gaming news we can quickly talk about. I did see Cities Skylines 2 released and has some performance problems. To me though, that just seems like it might be like some driver issue. Because I mean, people were saying that they have, you know, top end rigs and they can't get 60 FPS. To me, it seems like there's, yeah, exactly, look at this. 13900K, 64 RAM, RTX 4090. Playing only on 1440p. And I mean, I should handle it, no problem. No problem. Let me also switch to just chatting. Is it really only a 20 people team? Something to me, because obviously there's a case where you could say, okay, the game is poorly optimized. I don't think that that's the case. I think there has to be, you know, the 13900K and RTX 4090 is literally the best you could get. Like the top at benching things. There's no way that they were developing this game and testing it with that shitty performance. I just think that there's either some driver, there's some like setting in the build that they cooked, that there's something weird going on. And especially I turned off every single setting I could or set it to the lowest possible and still only get 50 FPS. To me, that seems like there's some CPU multi-threading issue. If you lower the settings that much, an RTX 4090 should be able to handle that no problem. So that to me is just, that's a CPU like multi-threading problem. That's my first thought. Same here, really choppy at times with a 3070 Ti, low graphics preset, no resolution scaling at 1080p, small city. Well, now this is interesting. 4090, latest driver, i9, 4K, new game menu, 11 FPS. Very low, 67. With these tweaks from Reddit, able to run it fine at 90 FPS. Still 90 FPS with a 4070 Ti and a 90. No. That's a pretty big. That's pretty high resolution though. That's And that CPU for this type of game is a little bit old. Yeah, I would definitely disable ambient occlusion. It's just like, it's a city. There's gonna be so many things impacting ambient occlusion that it could have a huge performance problem with ambient occlusion. And shadow quality too. Oh, they just put this out today about performance. Ooh, Cities Skylines 2 is built for the future with modern hardware in mind. Let's see what they say about that. Allowing us to add more depth and detail to the game than its predecessor had. Okay. Earlier this month, we shared a note on performance as we had not reached the benchmark target we had set for the game. Okay, but what performance? Which one is it? Firstly, we want to ensure that the issues are not deeply rooted in the game's foundation, so we fully expect to be able to improve performance going forward. The issues we are currently facing are tied to the rendering of the game. Decreasing the quality of visual effects such as depth of field, global illumination, and volumetrics will get you a fair performance without affecting simulation. What engine does City Skyline run on? Not Unity, is it? Am I crazy? It is Unity? Is it first and second are both Unity? Yeah, but it would be weird for them to shift volumetrics. Your fair performance. I agree, like global illumination and volumetrics are going to be really performance impacting. I'm surprised that depth of field has that much of an impact though. I mean, I turn off depth of field in pretty much every game anyway. I hate it. I hate it. Our eyes automatically focus on certain things. I hate that the game will autofocus on things that I might be looking at on the side of the screen. Like it's like two sets of eye focusing going on at the same time, and it's so annoying. Check the full guide for more tips. Okay, happened. Remove stutters generally caused by some synchronization condition in the simulation. It can vary greatly from one CPU to another, as well as how your city is built. Okay, so that sounds like they have multiple systems on different tick rates. And potentially they're not at a foundational level. And I don't know if Unity does this on its own. I assume not, but they don't have this optimized very well in the multi-core rendering, in the multi-threading. I bet they're putting too much shit on a few threads, and so it's making it that even really powerful CPUs that have all these spare threads to utilize, they're just shoving everything onto like first few threads. Just a theory. Optimize and balance GPU performance by reducing the number of vertices processed per frame, and optimizing / balancing the effects that affect bill rate, mainly depth of field, global illumination, and volumetrics. Why is their depth of field that intensive? Usually depth of field is used to help with performance, because you can then render things outside of the field of view at a lower quality. Is depth of field really that intensive? Am I crazy? I mean, there are different methods of depth of field, of course, so I don't know which one they're using in this game. Ooh, and not having DLSS available at launch. I mean, this is really a game too that would benefit greatly from DLSS. Absolutely, absolutely. And it only has FSR1 because they say it's Unity, so out of the box it has FSR1 support, but they can't do FSR2 or DLSS2 because some objects are not compatible with temporal anti-aliasing. I mean, DLSS is incredible. I've been using it now with my 30. What do I have at home? A 3090? I don't fucking remember. I've been using it at home. Oh no, I have a 4070 Ti at home. That's what I have. And it is incredible. It's amazing. With the upcoming patches, the situation will largely improve with default settings. It is worth mentioning that for a game like this, the performance target is to run at a steady 30 FPS minimum. Agree. No real benefit in a city builder to aim for higher FPS. Sadly, agree. As a growing city will inevitably become CPU bound. Absolutely true. What matters more with this type of game is to avoid stutters and have a responsive UI. I agree. Especially when they are simulating every citizen individually. That's taxing. That is so taxing. Even things like Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, they render, or they have, groups of individuals, right? And then you go back and play Roller Coaster Tycoon. And Chris Sawyer was able to do all of that pretty efficiently in assembly. Masterpiece of a game. I mean, it's a fair statement. They are right. It's like, really, you're just going to be coming down to... It'll come down to being CPU bound. They can do tons of graphics optimizations, but in reality, there's only so much optimization you can do when you're simulating that many individual agents at the same time. Is what it is. Oh, I have to be careful. I am on my main account. And on my main account, I'm pretty sure I have not safe for work stuff turned on. And, oh yeah. Yeah, that's not good. I have to be very careful about what I scroll through. I mean, I think I was okay because I don't think there was any nasty stuff in the cards here, but there is some. I like to have it enabled because I think there are some really funny games that are sexually themed, and it's really, really funny to read through them. Like they just talk like, oh, the plot's so exceptional, and really it's just like, it's really just a sex game. Like, people are buying this for one reason. You don't need to bullshit me. Yep. Okay. I can talk a bit about the schedule too before we go, because I got like 10 minutes left and then I gotta do shit. I gotta get walking back home. As long as it's not raining, I hope it's not raining. I got pretty lucky. It was not raining when I got back. When I was walking here. I don't know, we'll see. I'll just run home. Okay, so I wanted to do something for Halloween. I still don't know what yet. Maybe you guys have ideas of what we can do. Some game we can play. Something short, you know, something we can play within like 4 hours or something. I don't know what that would be. I haven't played a lot of horror games, but if you guys have any ideas, let me know. We can figure that out through Thursday and Friday here. November we have For the King and Talos Principle coming out. You probably would have a lot of horror game ideas, I'm sure. I want to play something a little spoopy. I think there's a holiday coming up too in Poland. All Saints Day. I'm gonna take time off for that. I gotta take time off. Oh, it's November 1st. Okay. Okay, then this will be DevStream 8. It'll be holiday. What color should holidays be? Red. I want to make December here because what I want to do is I want to have a GOTY stream. I want to like have an actual, let's get all the games that I have either played or I know enough about to rank this year, and we'll just do a ranking and find our GOTY. That should be a pretty fun stream. I think there is some PlayStation State of Play coming up. I don't know. Either way, I want to stream those. I want to talk to you guys with those and have some fun. This won't just be about developing. We're also going to do some fun stuff. You know, like we have some games coming up next month that I absolutely would like to play with you guys. For the King 2 and Talos Principle 2. I love those franchises. So, okay, let's put December 2023. What day does December start on? Friday. Obviously, there's going to be quite a bit of time here spent on holiday. Perfect. This is my birthday, the 19th. Spoiler alert. I might take off that day and do something with my fiance. You know, just hang out, restaurant, bar or something, and so this will be a day off for me. For sure. Obviously, there will be other days off. Be fun to stream a little bit before Christmas. I like the spirit, you know, and all that shit. I'm probably just gonna take this whole week off. We can stream 20, 21st, 22nd, but I'm just gonna take all this time off, and including, you know, the day of New Year's, for sure. But we'll put that in 2024 calendar. So maybe we can make the 22nd, that Friday, a GOTY stream. Or I could stream on a weekend. I mean, I think more people will be available at the time that I stream at on the weekends, just to do shit. Kacper, do Polish people like do anything on the 23rd December usually? Because I know for you guys the 24th is people usually do stuff. At least in the US, 24 is like we spend time with family usually, and 25th is the day that we celebrate Christmas. But I know sometimes, I think here you guys celebrate a lot on the 24th. And then 25th is more just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know shit. I'm just dumb. Let's tentatively put the GOTY ranking stream here. And I don't know if there's anything releasing in December that I want to play. Like that I want to play on release, I should say. Oh, the Avatar game. I don't know if I've played that yet, but I have to see what it looks like. I'm curious about it. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. What type of game is that? Warhammer. It's being made by Owlcat. Really? It's a CRPG 40k from Owlcat. We'll see. We'll see how that, because I don't know much about like Warhammer. I mean, it could be an interesting game to play, but I think it's also something that if you're not invested in Warhammer 40k lore, it might not make a lot of sense. So I don't know if I'll play that. At least not on a stream or something. Looks fun though. Hope it's good. The Lost Legends of Redwall. You know, okay, so I don't think anybody that I've met here in Poland yet knows about the Redwall book series. It's a really cool little universe about like it's a fantasy universe, medieval fantasy, but there are like mice and you know, those are the people and the characters. I haven't read it since I was a kid, but it's a really untapped universe for games. I'm glad to see that more games are being made inside of the universe with that. Pretty cool. Good for them. Yeah. Okay. That looks good for now, and we'll just figure out what we want to do for. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to play For the King 2. I don't want to like end up playing a month and not developing anything. Same with Talos Principle 2, but if we're having fun, you know, when we're building a community with it, then we can just take that time, play these games, learn from them as much as we can, and then get back to developing afterwards. Breaks are good, and every good designer should take breaks to play new games to see what is being done better. You have to play new games if you want to be a good designer. Simple as that. And a lot of different games, a lot of different genres. If you ever want to see the schedule in chat too, you can type in !schedule. And you can get a link to this. Okay, that's the plan, and I will have to get going here. I am sorry. As much as I would love to stay, I gotta get going home. Do some of my stuff for the part-time my part-time job. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you tomorrow with more development, and we will find something else to do. I don't know what. Actually, I do know something. I would like to make it so that I can have just a cauldron where I can drag ingredients from an inventory screen or from like a table on into a cauldron and just have them disappear. That's like the first goal, is just to be able to like have an immersive way to drag ingredients from a table, disappear into cauldron. Step one. You know, that kind of immersive interaction between that. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry I couldn't stream forever today. If you join late, I will be uploading the stream on YouTube immediately after I stop streaming here. And you can watch all the VODs on the YouTube channel. You can type !YouTube to get a link to our Lycoraptor channel. And if you aren't following, please consider giving us a follow or a subscription on YouTube. It means a lot. It helps us grow, it helps us get more visibility, and eventually we can start to expose this game to more people and to find funding in a much larger way. So thank you guys, take care, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow at a hopefully earlier time, but I'll let you know on Twitter or wherever. See you guys.